backlog of content once again. Got a lot of stuff planned, and hopefully I'll be able to get that out to you guys soon. Also, quick note, if I bust out in a fit of laughter, it's because I'm at my dad's house right now. So if you hear someone talking in the background, that's probably my brother making a stupid inside joke that only we get. And I haven't slept in a long time, so this should be quite interesting because he makes me laugh quite a lot. And let's just say when we're together, my inner black guy comes out. Oh man, you guys have no idea. He's snickering right now. Anyway, what's going on, guys? Ryan here. Today I have a decent, I guess, kind of OU battle. Had it on Showdown, like always. Not the best match in the world, but I really needed to upload something. And you know, this one was decent. And you know, at the same time, I'm using a stupid team anyway. I call it Gem Squad for obvious reasons. There are 3 Pokemon with gems. And then there are a weird-ass defensive core and a Life Orb Gengar, and it just works. Quick rundown of the team. Dragon Gem Latios with the Choice Specs moveset, because why not? Then I have the Fighting Gem Terrakion with Stealth Rocks, because that's pretty cool too. Got a Flying Gem Acrobatic Scizor. Forgot where I got the idea for this one. I think it was Chimpact. But yeah, using that, it's interesting to say the least, but it doesn't really get that many crucial kills. Got a old school Gengar with Protect and Hidden Power Fire to deal with Scizors and stuff. It's actually pretty cool, like it a lot. Then I have the specially defensive Celebi with U-turn and stuff. It's basically the same as my physically defensive one, except specially defensive. So there's that. And I actually have a physically defensive Cloyster, which is extremely weird, but no one really thinks it's going to rapid spin, so when I get off those spins after they let their hazard users die, it's pretty cool. And it has Ice Shard, and it still has some offensive presence, and it has spikes. So yeah, that's what I'm rolling with. In case you didn't realize by now, I forgot to say it, but the Showdown replayer thingy accidentally inverted the sides, like it always does randomly just to piss me off. So yeah, looking at his team. This team gets absolutely murdered by Volcarona if it sets up. So, gotta watch out for that, as always. Haxorus at +1 pretty much goes through this team as well because no Scarfer. Celebi could be annoying defensively, although I do have a Scizor, so there's that. Skarmory is always going to be annoying defensively because it tries to set up hazards immediately, not realizing my Cloyster is a spinner. So, I've talked way too long, so why don't we just get into this battle right now. So, he opts to lead off with a Celebi. That's just fine with me. I'm going to lead off with Latios. I don't know what it's going to do, but I have a Dragon Gem Draco waiting for something, so I may as well just drop one. And he actually goes for U-turn and outspeeds me, so right off the bat, revealing the Choice Scarf Celebi. And like I said, this is a joke team. Pretty much half this stuff has gems. Go for the Draco Meteor, and it does a respectable amount to this Tentacruel. But looking at that damage, he's definitely invested in special defense as opposed to physical defense, which is different because, I mean, this is a stab, Draco Meteor, Dragon Gem boosted, all that shit. And, I mean, it only did 60%, so there's that. Go for Side Shock, trying to finish it off, hoping he'll leave it in for Death Fodder, but he does make the good play, switches out to the Celebi. And I know he's going to U-turn again, so I just go into Scizor to resist that. And he gets a crit on this U-turn that really wasn't too game-changing. But, yeah, resisted the U-turn with my Scizor, and I know he's going to go out to the Volcarona, but really, what can I do? My best play here is to go into Terrakion because I can take any hit, even if it's at +1, and retaliate and just kill it with Stone Edge, so that's what I'm going to do. But he actually goes straight for Fire Blast, which I find kind of weird, but whatever, he did it, and this Terrakion, I got to play it carefully because I need this for the Volcarona. He goes into Gliscor now, and I know he's going to switch fearing the Stone Edge, so I'm just going to set up my Stealth Rocks because he does have a spinner, but I can definitely spin block with Gengar and then try to get rid of that Tentacruel ASAP because it's already really weakened from earlier, sponging that Draco from Latios. I go into Gengar now, figuring he's probably sub-toxic after I see the Toxic Orb, but he's actually freaking Swords Dance with a Toxic Orb, which is like K. So, going to Gengar because I was trying to counter that, but I can deal with this too, because he can't hit me with his stab move, and that's just dandy. Go for Shadow Ball, do a respectable chunk, and he's actually going to go for the Ice Fang, and do a hell of a lot to me, and I do have Life Orb, which is not cool. Here, he either doesn't have Protect or he doesn't go for it, so I'm able to clean that thing out. and I get a crit Shadow Ball, but the crit was useless, obviously. He goes into the Celebi now, and I'm just going to go for Protect because, like I said, this has Protect, HP Fire to deal with Scizor and T-Tar better. But it turns out he's going to go for the Psychic instead, as opposed to like the U-turn or something, which is cool because I know he's choiced, and I know he's probably going to predict me to want to go and do Scizor, predicting him to go for a Psychic again because it's just he's locked into it, so why not? Either way, he did predict me correctly because I had no reason not to go into my Scizor. And here, Skarmories usually outspeed me because most of them tend to have speed EVs and be cussed up douchebags or whatever. So I'm just going to go into Cloyster, expecting him to want to set up some hazards. That's exactly what happens. He goes for the rocks, and I can show him here that I'm actually a Rapid Spin variant of Cloyster, expecting him to more than likely Whirlwind me out because that's what most Skarmories tend to do these days. So he goes for Whirlwind as I predicted, and I did get to spin away his rocks, which is pretty cool. He Whirlwinds me out into my Gengar, and most Gengar don't carry HP Fire these days, but mine does because this is a weird team and I like it. So that's what I go for. Does a hell of a lot to that Skarm, a nice comfortable 80% to the point where I know another one would easily kill him, as he does set his rocks back up, but I can always spin later if I really need to. With my Cloyster, granted I can get it in, so there's that. I figured Shadow Ball will kill him from here, and he might be that guy and try to switch, as I do catch the Tentacruel on the switch, so that's perfect. Nail it with a Shadow Ball, and my hazards are definitely here to stay. I didn't get a chance to set up spikes with my Cloyster this game, which is like meh, but sometimes I do, and that's pretty cool. He goes into the Celebi now, and I'm just going to Protect because why not? As he's actually going to make the very good play, go for the U-turn. And it's in my best interest to just let my Gengar die here because I'm not going to get much more use out of it, and I'd rather get initiative than let him have it. And really, if I went into my Cloyster, he could just, switch into something accordingly. So that's the way that goes, and he's actually going to switch into his Volcarona, which is like, lol, what? Why would you even do that? I guess he's going to try to set up. So I should be faster because this is a Terrakion, that's Volcarona. He doesn't have any boosts, but he outspeeds me with a Volcarona, meaning he's running Scarf Volcarona. I'm just going to let that sink in for a minute. A Scarf Volcarona. What the fuck? Whatever. I freaking laughed at him because that was just like the most random thing I'd seen all day. Going to Latios because he can't do shit to me with Giga Drain, and I'm just going to drop a Draco. In hindsight, I should have surfed, but I didn't want him to predict that and randomly go into like Celebi or Haxorus, because that would have sucked for me, and yeah. So I do have this Protect drop. Can't stay in on this Celebi because it will definitely kill me with U-turn, remembering how much the first one did, which is why I'm going to switch out into my Cloyster because it has a good matchup versus pretty much anything he'd want to bring in. And my plan is to make him go into his Volcarona and bait the Giga Drain, and then I can switch out to something to resist that and then just go from there. So he's going to go into the Volcarona now, of course, and he needs to Giga Drain me so he can get back enough health to actually live Stealth Rock damage. And not wanting to allow him to do this, I'm going to go into my Scizor as pretty much a multi-purpose switch. Oh, wait, I went into Celebi. Oh, yeah. What am I saying right now? I went into Celebi, predicting the obvious Giga Drain because it's my special wall. And now I'm going to U-turn, and then I'm going to go into my Scizor because if he doesn't switch, well, I can resist the Giga Drain. And if he does switch, I can definitely beat him up with the Scizor because I do have the acrobatics, which pretty much no Scizor seems to have these days. Anyway, U-turn out and go into my Scizor now, and that's pretty cool. Getting a bit ahead of the narration, but whatever. Anyway, I U-turned into my Scizor like I've said like 4 times now. He has to Giga Drain again because he's choice locked, and I'm just going to click acrobatics because something's going to die. Thankfully, I do kill off the stupid Volcarona. Not so thankfully, he actually manages to get the Flame Body hacks on me. So my Scizor is now burned, which sucks, because I would have been able to probably 2-hit his Haxorus with Bullet Punch after Stealth Rock damage, which would have been nice. But that's just not the way this went. So, gonna Bullet Punch now. Really, it's my best play, because I know he's gonna Dragon Dance, and he's gonna outspeed all my remaining guys. So, yeah. What I'm gonna do is Bullet Punch him down as much as I can, and then just hope I can finish it with a Knife Shard from Cloyster. So that's the game plan. He let me Bullet Punch him once as he Dragon Danced. I did it again, and he Earthquakes. So my Scizor is unfortunately going to die. Honestly, he would have been safe to Outrage there because he would outspeed all my stuff. but that's not what he did. So I go into Cloister now, just hoping against hope that I can kill this thing, and I actually get a crit here, which most likely didn't matter. I mean, this Cloister's not fully defensive. It does have some attack investment, although not much, and that is a stab, ice shard, and Cloister's attack stat isn't too bad, so I don't know. You guys can be the judge of whether or not that mattered. Either way, he's going to go into the Celebi now, and regardless of what he locks himself into, I'm going to have the game, which is why I'm just going to play it safe, go for another Ice Shard, as he actually goes for Hidden Power something. I'm assuming HP Ice, predicting my Latios switch in, because HP Ice would have done a lot to my Celebi, as well as my Latios. Anyway, another Ice Shard will definitely finish him off, and that is going to be the game in my favor. Nice 3-0 with this pretty laid-back team. I do kind of like this team because I don't have to take the game as seriously when I'm using it, because I'm not expecting to win. I'm just planning to have some fun, you know, that kind of thing, and that's always cool. In terms of content, like I said, I have a lot planned. I just finished recording something for the GTS, so I need to go edit and render that out, and hopefully that'll be uploaded sometime soon. I've also gotten through a lot of my EV training guide. Well, not EV training, but my guide to, you know, the world of competitive Pokemon, which is actually going to cover EVs, IVs, and basic competitive natures. And yeah, I'm doing this, and I just have so much stuff planned, so many good ideas, and hopefully I'll be able to get it out to you guys soon. So, remember to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it, share it with your friends if you thought it was cool, leave me a comment, tell me what you thought, subscribe if you haven't already, all that fun stuff. And last but not least, I'm going to conclude this with a snippet from my up-and-coming tutorial video. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, take care, and I'll see you next time. I'm going to go ahead and start off by talking about EVs. Now, before we can understand what EVs do, we should probably first define what they are. And no, they're not that cute little fox Pokemon from the first generation that has a plethora of evolutions.